Okay, so I spent the whole time scrubbing in here, and my old TV was a bit dusty from the work that they did here, and this was really claustrophobic dust. And these curtains have to be washed yet. That's my sensor camera for the front. It's better at night for the front here. The other one is better for the kitchen. For indoors, these are going up here instead of these curtains. I don't like dust. These just get vacuumed and white, but they don't. When you touch them, dust doesn't fall out. So I finished washing all that. Took me a long time because it was loads of dust on it. And got to do those ones. They're not so bad, but still dusty. These have to be wiped, but the thing is, there's no curtains. So I can close these and open these, but the thing broke, so I put a coat hanger on it. And this, you just turn it off. You just wind it, and it will close or open to let the light in. So, got a bright day and air coming in, light coming in. That I don't know what to do about that. I think it's stuck up there. But I'll eventually work that one out. I think it's just stuck on that little hook there to hold it in. If I undo that, maybe swap it over. But then again, no, that's all right there. I'm getting enough light. That's my net from mosquitoes. I bought off Etsy as some sort of shroud thingy. It's got a big long pixie hood. It's really adorable. So I can cover my face as well. So it's morning and I've let every light in that you can imagine. Back door, Lucky is sitting there. Yes, I've got to do those boxes yet. And that one. I'm just taking my time because I had to rush and put the fridge there and move all these other things and clean. And I'm just taking my time. Hello, Lucky. You can't see me. There you can. No, you can't. No, you can. What are you doing? High five? What are you sleeping on that for? That's your pillow there. High five? There you go. He's a psychic dog. High five if I'm beautiful. Oh my goodness. He's psychic. High five if I'm going to be a millionaire. Oh, he didn't even dawdle and take his time. Now he's following me for treats. He says, well, I want treats now. So that is all done. All the drawers put in. It took half a day. And I washed the floors yesterday. Every 3 days because there's only me and the dog. And that's it. Just sweeping it is good enough. I've got pick up my crystals here. My slippers just sitting there. My TV and dangly things. What's his name? Spartacus in ancient Rome. I made that for him. It just loosen it just wraps around for a thing because he never got birthday presents or Christmases. So I made that for him. That's what I use when I want to transfer things. This is the lock. I've got my car keys and house keys in it. You can put money in it as well. If you sticky tape it so it doesn't spring open like money does. Our money in Australia does. But I only finished washing those about a week ago, so got my kids' pictures and grandkids. My son's pictures. This is my youngest boy's football thing. He's very good at football. He's got lots of trophies. I've got them there. And through the move, they broke a bit, so I've got to be careful and glue them back before I hang them back up. So that's it. And I want to talk about this Russian disease on YouTube years ago. I think it was World War One or two, one of them. They used the Russian disease they were testing on German prisoners and war prisoners and things. And they shrunk. The men shrunk before they died. And Australia started teaming up with Russians and started using the same disease, I think it is. And many people ended up with it. Excuse me for coughing. It's early in the morning for me, still. And a woman was with it, that's me. I had it, and I carried it. And through series of tests and things, and those forgetful diseases in the teeth, many times over. I mean, you know, they ran out of teeth, basically, almost. And so I knew what I had, so I also know how to bring it out. So this guy that was the part of my abuse when I was younger, a disgusting man. He had me abused and smelling and paid people and things like this. I don't know if he really paid them or just promised them payments or something. And then went to pick me up. I was dropped off. I was heavily drugged. My mind was back 3 years. I could not understand a conversation till 3 years later. And I don't do drugs. So this will explain the bad people in Australia, what they will do just to get your private parts. And me, they didn't know I had this disease test thing in me. Women don't shrink, the men do. It kills men. So me being a woman, it didn't kill me. Stupid people mustn't have realised that. They must have hoped that I would shrink even teeny weenier and smaller after starving me and keeping me small to little teeny weeny thing, midget thing, teeny weeny. But it didn't work because I'm a female. It doesn't work on females. It kills men though, it shrinks them. So this thing years later I ran into in a caravan park in Aspley in Brisbane. And, going back again from the past to the past, the drop-off, this guy dropped me off, and they must have forgot to drug me because I started to wake up out of it. And or I was getting used to it, one or the other. And across the road was a train station with a winding road. So I didn't take shortcuts. I followed the winding road to see if I could hide from whatever's coming for me, or whatever reason I'm there, or what's going to happen next. So I walked around it was really complicated to get to the top of the train station, funny road, winding and then twisting and then going back and then winding again, and then you think you're not going to get to the end. But I kept going, got to the end and stood there and watched to see what was coming for me or what was going to happen. And this guy in a burgundy red, some old car, Mercedes, that's it, old Mercedes, cheap thing, was driving up, and they saw me and tried to get to the end of the winding road but didn't have the patience, and they started yelling abuse, F this, F that, rah, 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 and then drove off. And I thought, well, that's strange, isn't it? This was about 1 a.m. And later on, years later, I ran into him in that caravan park I told you, Aspley, in Brisbane. So I ended up there because I had a very expensive car I was paying off, and that was cheap rent. So I ended up there to keep my car. A very rough place, I didn't realise, but I ran into him there, and he told me a story about how he had a burgundy red car, and click, my memory just clicked on straight away. Because I know he's dumb, it's backward sort of person, not very intelligent, couldn't get to the end of the road, a child that could do it. It's like a puzzle, you're winding around, getting to the right, it's quite simple. Anyway, I realised it was him, and me with this disease in me, I thought I'd touch him with it. I waited for the right moment, and it came out, and it had, I know how to bring it out. And I touched him with it, and he shrunk. He was in agony, and he died a couple of times. They brought him back while I had lunch with a lovely man. He had a woman. There was no any sexual thing. It was just friends having lunch. He invited me for lunch, and the ambulance kept flying past. I kept having a lovely lunch with my friend, and I got my revenge, put it that way. He suffered so severely, and half the side of him shrunk. It felt good to get revenge because it wasn't even enough for what the years I copped. So anyway, that's Russian diseases. And Australians didn't know that people can, if you're smart enough, you can use your diseases. Think about what's happened to you and work out what brings it out, how to bring it out. Does it come out airborne when you cough or sneeze? Does it come out through your skin? Do you sweat it out? Do you shit it out? You got to work out how it comes out. So, and then use it for protection or against enemies. You become a weapon then, a biological weapon then. So this is Russian diseases for you. I don't think they still do them in Russia. I think Australia's the silly ones that keep doing it because we're a new country and every other country's done everything. Australia's up to what they have done in the past, in the 1900s, 40s, 50s, around there. We're still doing that. So pretty backward, pretty slow. You'd think that they'd just ask them, well, what happened? What happened to them when you did this and that? Because we don't want to use that on our people. We got money here, try it. That's really stupid because it's already been written, so you only have to read what happens. But then again, they probably didn't know it doesn't work on women. So there was that one, and another disease. It rots your age. It just rots age really fast, like radiation or something. And that happened to those 9 students in Dyatlov Pass. I think Australia got hold of some of that stuff, and all the Russians had it. And I don't know what happened because I'm not involved in that sort of thing, but I am involved as being the test subject again, as many others. So when they tortured me young and had pins under my nails, I think they were injecting that stuff under my nails because a government worker came to take my child and handed me papers, but they're all blank, and there was one paper on top to cover up all the blanks. When I grabbed the papers, I scratched her with my nails because I normally have long nails. I don't like short nails because of my past when I was tortured and had pins stuck on them and they were bleeding, and my nails were cut that short I couldn't touch metal or water or both. It hurt. So, oh yeah, I've had the drill, all right? Nails in my feet, everything. But forgetful disease, like I said, humans get immune to it, so we don't. We don't stay this way. We start remembering, and it becomes an easy conversation for me. But for others, it might be hard to understand because to me it's normal because I've copped it all my life. But to everyone else, it'd be like, oh my God, does this really happen? Oh my God, she's mad. Or, oh my God, the government. Or, oh my God, oh God, oh God, we're all going to die or something. But for me, it's quite normal, and I have to be very wary of anybody because of, in case they do something, I think they will do something because they've already done things. So what's to say they won't do more? So you just got to watch the diseases, watch the marks and test them out, see what happens. Just scratch your skin, see if it does things to you, see if it does things to something else. Get a lab rat or something, try it on them, see if what happens. Because, 10 out of 10, you're probably tested with diseases if you've got new scars and marks on you and memory or something. But anyway, this woman that handed me the papers, she ended up rotting with age very quickly, and I've been attacked by that Department of Child Safety ever since, as if it's my fault. They're probably the ones that started the tests. They're always into that espionage stuff, spying stuff. They even knew all the spies in Canada and put it on the news and their faces in papers and everything because they were cranky at Canada. I mean, who would want that department? They really need to go. They're supposed to be for kids, but they're not. They're for everything else. It's just a cover. So that when they take your kid, it's just a hate thing and a cover thing to pick on you and test on you. Guaranteed you're going to be in pain and suffering. Some have had cancers and died, women have. The kids have been used for body parts and so forth, but I won't get into that yet. I mean, they're probably new workers and trying hard to start again. Right. Right. So anyway, just look at yourself for diseases and remember, just try and, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, try and use your diseases. Try and work out what brings it in, how it comes out, how to bring it out, how to force it out, and use yourself as a biological weapon instead of a test subject.